resonating with audiences across all backgrounds. His journey began in the small town of Akron, Ohio, where at the age of 7, he began to write music, perform in front of local audiences, and win awards in numerous talent shows. Determined to further his career in music, James moved to the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, a city best known as the Mecca of rap, hip-hop, and R&B. While working in the music industry, he was able to produce for mainstream artists including Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and others. As a speaker with an artistic background, James focuses on sparking audiences' creativity and motivating individuals to pursue their true passions. James moved to LA, where he received his associate degree from LA Community College, a BA in political science from the University of Southern California, and an MA in industrial organizational psychology from the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. As a first-gen college student and student of color, James focused on building a network of mentors and peers who could foster his personal development and leadership skills. So excited to have an alum from LA City College here today. Welcome, James.
Yeah.
Picture this. You are attending college full-time, right? But you're living in your car. And in your life, you're facing crossroads where doubt meets belief, where limited goals clash with untapped potential. This was my reality while I was attending Los Angeles City College. So what I want to do is share with you all today how I navigated these challenges, how I embraced my community college experience, and how I overcame obstacles to pave my way to success. What's up, everybody? James Ingram. I am a City Council Field Deputy, a representative for one of the council members. I'm also a performance coach, meaning I help individuals tap into their fullest potential, but most importantly, I'm an alum of Los Angeles City College, so I want to thank United Way to Success Community College Resource Fair for allowing me to speak to you all today, because community college changed my life. So thank you, Martha. Thank you, Brenda, for thinking of me. My story is one of transformation, and my hope is that you all walk away with something that will contribute to your educational journey and help you pave your way to success as well. But before I begin, how many of you have YouTube on your phone? YouTube app? Open it up. Just open it up right now. Open it up. Because I have 3 $10 gift cards from Target that I'm going to give away to 3 lucky winners at the end of this presentation. So if you would like to be one of those 3 lucky winners, all you have to do is very simple. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. One word, Roadmaps, 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 and then Coach. Roadmaps Coach. Subscribe and I'll announce the winner at the end of this presentation. So, I hope you have either a pen and paper or a good memory, because I'm going to share some information that you should take notes on. I'm, as she mentioned, from Akron, Ohio, home of LeBron James, you know what I mean? I grew up playing basketball, playing video games, but my passion was music, making music. So I moved to LA in 2013, but the story begins here. Okay, here we go. 2016, at this time, I am a full-time music producer. That was how I made my money. That was how I paid my rent. Right? Also in 2016, there was a presidential election taking place. Anybody remember who was, you could just shout it out, who was running in that election?
Barack Obama.
Trump, yes. Crazy time, a lot of people were upset, complaining, what are we gonna do about this? So when they announced the winner, I said to myself, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to school next year. So the first thing I want you to keep in mind or write down is why. Why are you going to college? Because it's going to fuel the next word that I need you to write down, which is passion. And for me, I was like, I want to further my education. I want to understand what politics entail. How does a person with no political background become president of the United States? 6 years, I'm still trying to figure that part out. Solution. I wanted to be part of the solution, do something for my country, right? I wanted to get a job, full-time health benefits, be financially stable. But I wanted to be an example. So that passion led me to Google colleges in Los Angeles. LA City College was one of the first schools to pop up. They had alum Morgan Freeman, MC Hammer, Mark Hamill. I said, I'm going here. So the next week, I go to campus. Admissions tells me you need to fill out financial aid, see a counselor, submit your transcripts. I'm like, this sounds like a lot. So for me, the next thing I want you to write down is believe in yourself. Because there are going to be times when unnecessary doubt arises. And all it takes is, as they say, a mustard seed of faith. And you can overcome that doubt. For me, it wasn't that I doubted I could get through college. I was doubting that I wouldn't be able to get the paperwork and the requirements right to start. And I remember as a motivational speaker, his name is Wayne Dyer, R.I.P., he said, a toddler doesn't give up learning how to walk the first time they fall. So why would I give up? So don't give up, all right? So after that, it's the first day of class. Anybody familiar with imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome? So there's this concept that you pretty much you feel like you don't belong in a place because of whatever reason. So it's the first day of class, the professor asks a question along the lines of, what do you think about the political climate of today? And I'm like, I got something, but I don't want to really say, because let me give you some context. The classroom is 40 students. It's only like 2 other black people. Everybody's between the ages of 18 to 24, so I kind of stand out. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna raise my hand. One of the youngest girls in the class raises her hand, and she proceeds to answer the question, and she sounded like she was supposed to be on CNN. I'm like, that's when the imposter syndrome kicked in for me. I'm black, I'm old, I'm a producer, I don't belong here, I'm not smart enough, I don't speak as well. And then they put us in groups of 5. So the next thing I want you to keep in mind is confidence. Confidence. Because in that group, I was confident. I was like, I'll speak up with 5 people, 40 people, that's a different story. So I share ironically, the girl who gave the answer was in my group, so I share my answer. She says, that's a good point. You should have said that when the professor asked. And I was like, you know what, I should have. So had I been confident, I would have spoken. Keep in mind. So after that, we had to submit a paper, and the next thing I want you to keep in mind is study time. Because researching, writing, memorizing, group projects, you're gonna have to put that time towards it, especially if you're going full time. And it took a little bit of time away from my music, but not too much to impact it. But remember, that was how I made my money. That was how I paid my rent, right? So I get my grade, I got a B minus. I was happy, I felt like I had a 4.0 at that point. The next thing I want you to write down is relationships. Because you're going to build relationships with counselors, professors, advisors. If you see the maintenance guy riding on a golf cart, you should wave a hand. Because you never know what information a person might have that could change your life. They could even be a mentor, provide opportunities, etc. But also, obviously, students, you got to have somebody to relate to. You know what I mean? You got to look for relationships that inspire, encourage, you can hang around, laugh around, study with, cheat off of. But you gotta have those relationships that you can relate to. And for me, there was a common theme, because these relationships are gonna pretty much shape your experience and shift your view on what you want out of your educational journey. So for me, everybody was talking, after this, I'm going to Cal State Long Beach, I'm going to Cal State Northridge, UC at San Diego, UCLA, USC. I'm like, y'all going to school after school? I only wanted to do 2 years. Get out of here. Find a job. That was it. But then the professors were saying the same thing. So the next thing I want you to write down is potential. It was one of the things, the common things that the advisors, professors were saying, you have too much potential to stop at an associate's degree. And there's nothing wrong with only getting your associates. I just want to point that out. But if you feel like you have the potential to go beyond, you should. So I said, what do you got to do to get to these 4-year colleges? Because it was a little challenging to get to this one. So for a 4-year college, what do I got to do? Next thing I want you to write down or keep in mind, 4-year college requirements. Because different colleges require different things, essays, and, applications. But for example, USC was asking for a political science track, 3 years of a foreign language, and then either bio or chemistry. They had to take that. So keep that in mind. The next thing is extracurricular activities. So these extracurricular activities on your resume will help you stand out because these schools, they consider that. They take it into consideration when accepting applicants. For me, I joined student government, which took a little bit more time away from my music. Remember, that was how y'all get it. And then also the speech team. I joined the speech team. That took more time away from my music. But then there was an opportunity to intern for the mayor of Los Angeles. I'm like, I'm not turning that down, right? But that took more time away from my music. Now, I'm at a crossroad. So the next thing I want you to write down is sacrifice. There are going to be some things that you might have to sacrifice. Not playing a video game as much. Not hanging out with siblings or your friends as much. Not to tell your boyfriend or girlfriend who can't Netflix and chill as much, you know what I mean? But for me, it was music. Remember, that was how I made my money. That's how I paid my rent. If I'm not making money, if I'm not paying my rent, what am I doing, right? So I said to myself, I just live in my car. I just live in my car. And the next thing I want you to write down is roadmap. Roadmap. It's an actionable plan. So for me, I came up with a plan, not only as to how I was going to get out of this situation of living in my car, but how I was going to progress and graduate from LACC and then go to that 4-year college. That was the thing. So I came up with this. I'll tell you how I got through it real quick. So I would stay at school as long as I could, about 7 p.m. Then they said campus is closed. I get in my car, I go to Uber for about 2-3 hours. After that, I would go to the 24-hour fitness parking lot, finish up my homework, watch documentaries, I don't know. I was a big House of Cards fan, so I was watching House of Cards. Motivational videos, positive affirmations, go to sleep, wake up, walk in the gym, work out, shower, get dressed, go to school, look for jobs that were easy and not too time consuming. So the next thing I want you to write down is patience. Because from that, I was like, I got a plan now. Here's clarity. I know what I want to do. I know what I have to do. So now I'm just going to follow the plan and be, the next word, consistent. So be consistent with your plan. So I was patient, I was consistent, and then the opportunity presented itself. This the last thing I want you to write down, keep in mind. Jobs on campus. You can just say resources, technically, but jobs on campus. So you can work in financial aid, you can work in admissions, you can do teacher's aid, but it's probably because I wrote it down. The opportunity that presented itself for me was social media content creator. I was handling the social media for the school with a few other students. It was like exactly what I needed. And between that and doing Uber, I saved up enough money to get another apartment. And after that, as they say, the rest is history. So I want to share with you that I did get back into doing music, right? I graduated from LACC. I was elected student body president where I was able to speak at my graduation. I then got accepted into USC where I graduated with a bachelor's degree in political science and a minor in organizational leadership and management. Then I started my career with the city after that. And then I got accepted into the Chicago School of Professional Psychology where I got my master's degree in industrial organizational psychology. So with all that, had I not kept in mind, right, all of those things I just shared, from remembering your why, believing in yourself, being confident, building those relationships, creating that roadmap, and being patient with it all. Had I not done those things, not only would I not be here before you today, right? I more than likely wouldn't have gone past my associate's degree. So I want to impress upon you how important this information that I'm sharing with y'all is, because I promise you it's going to make your educational journey way more convenient. And y'all been engaging, so I want y'all to do me a favor. If y'all can repeat after me. I won't give up. Whatever I start, I will finish. I can do it. I will do it. Because I believe in myself. Awesome. Thank you. You all have been so incredible. I'm going to get down my word real quick and announce these winners real quick. Let's get to these notifications to see who subscribed. And that's it. All right, so that's it. Thank you so much. I wish you much success on your educational journey. And if you ever need anything, please feel free to reach out. All my information is the same. Roadmaps Coach, YouTube, Instagram, email, roadmapscoach@gmail.com. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much, James. Another round of applause. What really stood out to me is this idea of a roadmap, right? I love that. Just what is it that we need to do? What are the steps we can take? And I love the part about like what's your why or your passion, because when it gets hard, you need to ground yourself in the why, right? Like for me, also being first gen, I had to think about supporting and making my parents proud when I was struggling and I was over my head in classes, So really hold that. And James has said he's available for folks to talk to him. So I always say take advantage when folks are saying they want to speak to you, because they really do. And oftentimes like people don't go.